Taking over your radio. Oh, oh, oh. If you hit him high, hit him high, hit him high. Now hit him low, hit him low, hit him low. You hit him high, hit him high, hit him high. Hit him low, hit him low. Get low with the burn, yeah. What's up with that thing? Here we go, boys. Bump. Alright, if you can hear me, we'll be going live in just a few minutes. Alright. Well, that's pretty dang cool. Things seems to be working. Up. We're gonna give it just a two more minutes. 2 more minutes and then we're gonna go live. I want to thank everybody for their patience, kindness, thinking of me. We're back, baby. We be back. Thank you, Yaya, for watching. PokeStar 16, you are number 1. Thanks for watching. That you, Russell? Yes, yeah, I'm here. Thanks for watching, Russell. We're gonna go live in just a little bit. If you haven't already done it, grab yourself a nice beverage, a snack, and get ready. We got 1 more minute. Y'all let me know if I'm coming in too loud. Run. 15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 15 seconds. Boy, you crazy. Hey. Thanks for watching. Oh, we got somebody on YouTube. Thanks, boy, you crazy. Whoa. All right, I hope you're ready, because here we go. We're back in. Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, super excited to be back. Very, very grateful. Aaron, hey, Aaron. Okay, that's who it is. Aaron's watching over on YouTube. All right, so we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and we're on Twitch. Wherever you are, thank you very much for watching. I'm Mike, the Big Bad Nerd Dad, and I'm so excited to be streaming again. Me and my family have been moving around, getting things ready. We've had a change of scenery, so we've moved. We have our nice new studio, La Casa. You see my games in the background now. This one right here. Boop. Board games right here. We'll do a spotlight on that later. We have more cameras. We have more computers. We have more games. We have so much more going on right now. I'm very excited. And this is all thanks to all the wonderful people that have helped me and my little girls out to get into a nice, safe place. To a place where we feel comfortable and happy, where we can grow and be better people for our community. That being said, I also want to thank our community because Board and Brew Games, one of the sponsors, right there. Board and Brew Games, the Aegis Creative Company, and there are a few more sponsors that are going to be popping up this year, and I will announce them as they confirm themselves because they're still getting stuff out to me. But I'm definitely excited to be getting out more. Been out to Board and Brew Games probably 2 to 3 times a month now. I am getting ready to start doing a sponsorship potentially with Porky's. It's a food truck park out here in Humble. We're in Houston, Texas. For anybody that's watching from far away, you know Theo Choco. Sometimes you watch from South America, so that's really cool. But I'm very excited to start doing these streams again. Very excited to be painting again. Very excited to be doing all my hobbies again because I genuinely love doing all of this. I love showing people how to paint. I love showing people how to play games. I love showing people new things that they hadn't seen or known about, right? So this is big. This is fantastic. This is huge. So if there's any questions in the chat, I can see all 3 chats. You will not be ignored. There is a little bit of a delay. I'm still trying to figure that out as why it's a little bit more of a delay than it was before. But we're going to figure that out, and we're going to continue on our trek of knowledge. Yay! Right. So first things first, the Big Bad Nerd Fam, me and my little girls, are going to start doing family board game nights at Board and Brew Games, one of our sponsors. Every other Friday night, we will be out at Board and Brew Games, playing games, eating good food, mingling with the community, and we're going to start helping build a fresh role-playing community at Board and Brew Games. For those of you who've been watching the stream, you know that my little girls love Tiny Dungeon. I'll run just about anything. I'll run Savage Worlds, Dungeons and Dragons. Tim Rowe, what's up with him? I love Kobolds Ate My Baby. Like, if it's an RPG, I want to play it. I want to learn about it. I want to see what else is out there. I want to see what I can learn. That way I can help more people find the role-playing games that they want to play. Not a big fan of Infinity, the RPG, but I'll try it out if somebody wants to learn. I learned how to play Shadowrun. That's something that I've played once or twice, and people have been wanting to play that. So I'm learning new RPGs simply for the fact so that I can show other people there's other cool RPGs out there. So that being said, I'm going to show off some really cool stuff that Board and Brew has been hooking me up with the past couple of months. Anybody that's watched the stream knows that I love epic encounters. Here, I actually did my my tabletop RPG boot camp. But did my RPG boot camp pretty much all day Saturday from 11 a.m. to probably about 7 o'clock in the evening. So I ran this particular scenario from Epic Encounters. Steamforged Games makes this, Arena of the Undead Horde, and they're just really neat. inside the box, we have a really cool setup. So this is the pamphlet that shows you everything you need to know. If you're a brand new Dungeon Master, if you're a player that wants to learn more about the game, this has ideas for how to get players into this setting or this scenario. It has monster stat lines. Monster stat lines. And like at varying levels. So if you're like if you have characters that are level 1 to 5, 6 to 10, and then 11 and up. So it gives you varying difficulties all built into this one little pamphlet. Also comes with a double-sided map, and these double-sided maps are very, very nice. I took this thing out and added some barrels and crates and other little pieces of 3D terrain to give it a little bit more depth, and it was fantastic. Like the Steamforged Games has not skipped out on the production value of these things, and it really shows. Steamforged Games is great at making miniatures. They're not that great at upkeeping their tabletop war games, but they are good at making miniatures, and they just acquired the Iron Kingdoms IP last year, which came from out of nowhere. And I love Iron Kingdoms. I ran Iron Kingdoms for years. I was a press ganger. So when I heard that they picked up the Iron Kingdoms, the first thing that came to my mind was, man, I really, 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 really hope that they do something with the epic encounters, because they just took another something. Father, if you hear me. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Looked like the stream cut out on me. Hey, Lime! Oh, Lime is following me. What are you following me on, Lime? On Twitch. I know that's you, Aaron. Thanks, Aaron. So they just came out with another set for epic encounters that has to do with another setting, like because all these epic encounters have no setting. Like they don't go into Forgotten Realms, they don't go into Sword Coast one. They're just generic, so you can throw it into any fantasy setting, which is fantastic. That's what they should be, so they can get to more people, right? You can use it. I use these in Tiny Dungeon, so I don't really use the stat block line for Tiny Dungeon, but I do use the hooks and I do use the ideas and everything else that they have in here. It's fantastic for brand new dungeon masters or storytellers. So what I would like to show you is what they've started coming out with next. So those are big, huge, epic encounters. It's just like it says, epic encounter. And because of that, it can be a little much. Like these I can take them into a convention and make a 4-hour-long session out of it, right? Which is fantastic. And it's super easy. You can string them together with others of the set to make a whole campaign. But sometimes you just want to sit down and play something quick and fun and fast with your friends. And so what I highly recommend now is if you just want a real quick, fast, dirty battle encounter, they've come out with these new, like they're like mini epic encounters, and they're called Local Legends. We're gonna figure out the lighting here pretty soon. Local Legends. And we're gonna switch our view real quick. Remember I told you we got more cameras. So here we have Local Legends. These are really neat. See how small it is, fits in my hand. Fits in my hand. Rory, thanks for watching, buddy. I see you watching me. Appreciate it. And they're just like the epic encounters, except they're on a smaller scale. So instead of there being a thank you for liking the stream, Rory, every like, every emote, every reaction helps me. It boosts my signal. The epic encounters can come anywhere with like 18 to 24 minis. These will only come with like 2 to 5 maybe, right? So this is one that I've been looking at. I'm going to paint it on next week's stream because I think that it is absolutely phenomenal. So this is the Ghost Pirate. The detail on this bad boy. He's got little barnacles on him, so I'm going to paint some barnacles. I'm going to make that black. Maybe like a super dark purple. And then I'm going to make that a glowy green. Got little tentacles and hair and all kinds of stuff. So got barnacles all over him. And even his base. So the bases on the other ones are just generic little bases. Nothing really cool on some of them, but these actually have like that's supposed to be like water. So I'm going to paint that a deep blue, dry brush white to give it like a white froth on top. I might even use some resin to make it look a little bit more like water. Yeah. Oh, all right. Lime over on Twitch. I know that you, Aaron. Lime says that he likes the cutlass and flint pistol. Which I have to say the same thing. I think the model is beautiful, and it's got some. It's plastic, but it still has some weight to it. Right? It's a bigger model, so it's gonna move around the board. Most characters are gonna be about this size. So if you look at that, compare to it, it's a big model. Got a bunch of these little ooey gooeys. There we go. Again, with a very nice base. And so the local legend actually comes with this one in particular comes with 4 models. The large ghost pirate, 3 of his little ghostlings. The box itself opens up, and then we'll have pretty much the same thing that the Epic Encounters box has. Now again, like I said before, the Epic Encounter boxes are phenomenal for very long scenarios. So you can just break one out, have the miniatures painted. I ran it this past weekend, and the miniatures were not painted. These are all gray, but the miniatures in each of the Epic Encounters come with like a colored plastic. So the colored plastic of the ones that I was using were like a bone color, like an off-white, but they were all undead, so it kind of went with theme. I didn't feel like I needed to paint them, but I am going to paint them because I'm going to be taking a lot of my Epic Encounters to a local convention in August. I'll talk more about that in a little bit, because I believe they are going to be sponsoring the stream, or at least I hope so, because I really like the people that are running the convention. So neat. 4 models. Just like the Epic Encounter, it comes with a little booklet. Epic Encounters, Local Legends, Ghost Pirate Mini Encounter. So this is something that you can drop in to sort of surprise your players, right? Exact same thing. It gives you a little introduction about what's going on, what this entire little book is about. It gives you levels to drop it in at. So you can drop it in levels 1 to 4, 5 to 10, 10 and up. And lets you know that, you know, for a dungeon master or a storyteller, it gives you little tips and tricks. Right? Have fun, make sure everything's laid out and ready. Don't just go in blind. Unless you're a seasoned storyteller, always make sure that you're reading or prepared for your group, because your group is always going to throw something sideways at you. So we've got Bolt and the Kraken. It gives you the hooks, little tips for the GM. All of these are going to have like a little, like it says, local legend. So you're thinking local legend, you're thinking urban legend. So you can maybe in your campaign drop hints about this at different places. Like, oh, there's talks of a pirate ship that sails the seas in this area and has been cutting travelers as they go past. I look at him with disapproval. And this will tell you how to set that up, how to drop that into any of your games, how to give it a little bit more flair, and then how to hook your players, which is something that I'm going to be talking about at my next RPG bootcamp. The next RPG bootcamp that I'm going to do will be the first weekend of June, and it's going to be specifically geared towards storytellers, helping storytellers with their improvisation, helping storytellers with managing their tables, and then helping storytellers keep their players engaged. All these little epic encounters, local legends that I use, they are phenomenal at giving storytellers tips and tricks to be better, to give decades of experience in these small little booklets. Right? So it shows you the storyline for how to get them hooked into the little encounter. What's cool about the encounter is that it gives you like a backstory for this one is the ghost pirate. So this one talks about an actual pirate and what happened to him and how you can potentially drop it into your stories, how you can drop it into your campaign, ways to get the encounter started, because this is all this really is a couple of clues to maybe find him, and then it's a fight. Which sessions are fantastic. Sessions are great at being able to go and play and have fun with your friends, and there's always going to be quite a bit of role playing. But people are there for the meat. They want battle. They want combat. They want something different, and they don't want the same combats over and over and over. Oh, there's 8 skeletons and they're armed with swords and they're coming at you. These epic encounters, these local legends, are balanced so that they have some of the creatures have magic, some of the creatures have ranged weapons, some of the creatures can't be hit with magic. They give you variants to make the encounters very engaging, because that's what players want. And in all honesty, that's what storytellers want as well, right? We're a part of the game. We don't just want to just throw waves and waves and waves of creatures at our players. We want them to find a way to defeat the creatures that we're throwing at them, or do something completely different, not defeat them. Maybe there's something in the story written for this pirate that they can barter with him, or they can haggle or complete a quest for him, and that'll help them through, right? Giving your players those opportunities to role play and think is phenomenal, and these help new storytellers do that. These help old storytellers do that, because I've been running games for 20-something years now, and these have popped out over the past, I would say, 3 or 4 years, and I've been collecting them. And for a while I was just using the miniatures because I like Steamforged games, and their miniatures are very nice. And then I started reading the booklets, and like, oh, this is a really cool hook. This is a really neat way to get the characters into this area and actually doing this. And then I went to a convention. I went to Alcon last year, and I only brought 2 epic encounters, but I ran 6 different adventures with what I had, because I have the ability to just run what's either in the book or come up with something myself to have the players do something different. Because a lot of the times at conventions, some players will find a particular dungeon master or find a particular system or setting that they like and just stay going with those. So I had a couple of of sessions where I had players from previous sessions knowing that it was the exact same thing, but still wanting to play. And because of that, I don't just want to give the same thing. I have a little bit of a storyteller in me, so I want to change things up. I want to make things different. I want to throw them for a loop, so maybe they think, oh yeah, we know that there's something inside this box, we need to go open that box. If you played in the last, this is not going to be the same as the last scenario. I promise you that. I will make it different. I will find a way for you to have a new adventure, because everybody deserves to have fun and do something different every time they sit down for a tabletop role-playing game. Oh, another cool thing is over here is showing you the map, the ghost ship. Put you back real quick to the main screen. Whoa. Unlike the epic encounters that come with a double-sided map, the local legends they still come with a nice map, but it's single-sided. It's a particular location. In the instance of this ghost pirate, you get his ghostly ship. The Empty Chalice is the name of the ghost ship. The Empty Chalice, and it's a nice map. Got the ship on one side, a dock on the other, a way to get from the dock to the ship, and then it gives you things that the ship does. Like as you're fighting on the ship will go in and out of a corporeal state. So it again, this is something different, right? Sometimes you're standing on flat even surface on the deck of the ship, and then it goes ghostly and you fall straight through it. If you fall straight through it, you fall into the water. If you fall into the water, you have to find a way back onto the ship, and it gives you all the information to do that. Dexterity saving throws. Dexterity saving throws. If you catch yourself, you land prone 10 feet from where you were. It just does a lot of the hard work for you so that you can just have fun running a game. Highly recommend it. I think that it's a fantastic idea. And there's so many of them. I have the Banshee, I have the Ghost Pirate, I have the Hag, I have the Griffin, I have the Green Dragon, I have the Berserker. There's a few other ones out there that I don't have just yet, simply because Board and Brew gave me a bunch of them, and at my role-playing boot camps, I give them away. I don't need all of these, and if they're gonna help new storytellers be able to jump in and do something different, or to learn like decades of ideas and strategies, I want to give these things away, right? So I've kept a lot of them, I've given away a lot of them, and I really feel like it's helping the community be more diverse and look at things. Just like the epic encounter, it gives you the stat lines for the creatures. So, Captain Bloodbeard McGraw, medium undead, chaotic evil. Gives you tons of different things for him to do. A lot of hit points. Gives him like several different special actions that he can do. So it's not just it's not just the regular Wraith from the monster manual. It gives you something different specifically for him. Gives you a little bit of story too, features. The sea spirits, the little bitty guys, have their own little stat line and do all kinds of fun, crazy stuff. They give you a little bit of information about what's going on. But again, Local Legends, Epic Encounters. If you're playing Dungeons and Dragons and you have the starter box, you understand how important the starter box is. It comes with dice, rules, the adventure. I think the new ones came with minis. Might have come with minis. I didn't invest in those simply because I have enough starter ideas and things. I need minis. I need ideas. I need terrain. So I think that their next big step or best step would be to go into miniatures and terrain for the Epic Encounters, specifically for War Machine. I really hope that their Iron Kingdom War Machine IP starts to blow up and they get more and more stuff for Epic Encounters, because I would love to make a return to the Iron Kingdoms one more time and hang out with my friends and do some really cool steampunky magic in the Iron Kingdoms again. So next week I'll be painting these up. Beep, boop, beep. Painting these up on stream. Everything that you see right here, I'll paint all 4 of them. And thanks to my new stream setup, my thing isn't right in front of me, so I can get a better angle on it while I'm painting. Everything fits nice and neat into these little boxes, just like the Epic Encounter. I'll just do. My bad. Plastic cover to keep everything in so it won't come out. And then I just put these on my bookshelf. They go bloop, boop, 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 all next to each other. I'll get a picture of my gamer bookshelf up on my Facebook page here in the next day or two. We're still unpacking here, so trying to get everything into its right spaces and into new homes. But highly recommend Epic Encounters by Steamforged Games and Local Legends by Steamforged Games. Any of them. They have so many different kinds. The Epic Encounters just came out with like Aaron, if you're in the chat, post what it is, because I can never say the name of it. But I bought the core rulebook for it because it's a new IP. Looked kind of grim dark fantasy. So I picked that up. Aaron has been wanting me to run Shadow Dark, so looking into Shadow Dark. Actually, a new set of clients has asked me to run Shadow Dark. So I'm actually going to be looking into the Shadow Dark even more so because somebody's going to pay me to run it for them. Lots of different things coming up on the horizon. I told you I was going to talk about. Oh, Melanie, thank you for watching, Melanie. I can see that you're watching. I really appreciate it. I told you I was going to talk about a convention that I was going to, and I'm very excited about this convention. My good friend Shane Jensen, that I've known for 15 years now, going on 15 years. I met him at Alcon. A great man, loves Savage Worlds, loves different role-playing systems, much like myself. There's nothing wrong with Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons is a fantastic system. It's the world's most popular RPG because it's played on every TV show imaginable, from Stranger Things to Big Bang Theory. I think they even played it on Roseanne once. So that being said, there are a lot more role-playing games other than Dungeons and Dragons. I love Tiny Dungeon, love Tiny Cthulhu, Call of Cthulhu, Shadowrun, Morgborg. There's tons and tons and tons. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle RPG. I just picked up the Root RPG, so I'm going through that right now. Kane is a kindred spirit in that he loves that as well. He loves that there is a role-playing game system for everybody. No ifs, ands, or buts. That being said, over the past few years, he's established a gaming group called Brawl. That's the Board Roleplay and Wargaming League. Brawl. 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 And it's filled with great people. Some of my favorite people from Golem's Gate or in Brawl. I consider myself a Brawl member. I'm in the Brawl Discord. I've helped him run Savage World events at Alcon for Brawl. And this year, Shane has really stepped it up a notch, and he's created an event that I think is going to change the board gaming, tabletop gaming community here in Houston with BrawlCon. Unfortunately, this year we lost Alcon. It was a one-day event in comparison to the 3 days that it normally is, and I just feel that after COVID in 2020, things started to go downhill for it, and it never fully recovered. And so this year that we had less than a normal Alcon experience. Alcon was the first tabletop convention that I ever went to. It was the first convention where I got to play games other than Dungeons and Dragons, where I learned how to play War Machine. And so I was very sad that Alcon had gone that way. But here comes our knight in shining armor, Shane Jensen, with a new convention happening late August or mid-August. Mid-August, 15th. I remember 15th, 16th, and 17th. I've already taken those days off from work, the Friday off from work, because I do plan on being at BrawlCon for all 3 days. I plan on running at least 3 sessions a day of either Tiny Dungeon, Tiny Cthulhu, or Player's Choice. I know that Shane needs help running all kinds of stuff. He wants to run the D&D Adventurers League. He wants to run Savage Worlds. One of my favorite storytellers, Ed Wetterman, the creator of East Texas University. I've played that on the stream before with my friends. Is going to be there and running the game that he made. So I want to try and get into one of those games. I want to play with Ed Wetterman again. He ran some stuff at Etten Games years and years and years ago when I first learned about Savage Worlds, and I just fell in love with East Texas University, and it really, really helped inspire my love for history, because ETU, East Texas University, takes place in the past, right? It takes place in the mid 80s, early 90s. At least that's how I've always played it. So that there's no cell phones. You can't use cell phones, even though it's a modern setting. There's no cell phones for you to use. Limits technology, which I like, right? And then it's about you being a college student fighting the supernatural. Different, fun. Your class is dictated by your major. So whatever your major is where you pull inspiration from for your role playing. Which I thought was very creative. And then he came out with a new one that was Pine Box Middle School. So you're now going as youth, children. Not say children, but middle schoolers that are doing the same thing. They're finding supernatural hijinks in East Texas. I thought, oh, this is fantastic. This is great. This is different. And I think that's what the people deserve. Is they deserve something different. They deserve something new and refreshing. Something that piques their interest. Ed Wetterman influenced a lot of my Tiny Cthulhu. I went crazy with Tiny Cthulhu when it dropped because I was like, oh, I've always wanted to play Call of Cthulhu, but I didn't like all the rules. Didn't like the percentile, 1 to 100 rolls. There's a lot of crunchy stuff that goes into it. I just wanted to play an investigator. I wanted to play. I created my character Marco Verona, who was a stage musician, a con man, a charlatan that was telling people that he was a psychic, but really he was just like the guy from Psych. He was just very observant and could lie his way through most things. And so I took a lot of inspiration from him, and there's a lot of history here in Houston, Texas. I dug deep into the history of what was here in the 1920s. You know, the Houston Botanical Gardens, which is now known as Herman Park, and the zoo, the Houston Zoo, was here in 1921. We have plenty of historical haunted sites today that were here in the 1920s. La Carafe, there's a bar called La Carafe that's it's in Houston. I can't remember what street it's on, but that bar is still here. Spaghetti Warehouse. It was a hotel, and now it's a library, or vice versa. It was a library, and now it's a hotel. And I can't remember the name of it because I have everything written down in my notes, because I just went crazy learning about the different things that were happening here in Houston that I could use in an actual game. And I started that campaign, and we were playing and having fun. And I told the guys, "Hey, look, here goes actual pictures of what it looked like. This is Houston in 1922, and this is the city streets layout." I gave them actual city planning maps of what Houston looked like in 1922, which to me was phenomenal. To me, it was amazing. It was different. It was something I had never done before, because I was so used to just grabbing things offline of fictional places or high fantasy. And so to do something like that was different and made me think differently and helped me become a better storyteller, because now I was using actual facts to push my story forward, to get my players more invested. And that's something that anybody can do. Full circle back to BrawlCon. I will be at BrawlCon running the games that I love, introducing new people to new games that they may have never played before. And all of them are very simple, because I like rules light systems now. I don't want crunch. I don't want to sit there with tables and tables and tables of stuff to figure out, do I hit the creature? I hit them. How much damage do I do? What are the repercussions of me hitting them? Blah, 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 blah. No, I want, hey, all right, you're on an adventure. Let's go. Character creation takes 3 minutes, not an hour or 2 days. I say 2 days because at the RPG boot camps last month, I did a boot camp on character creation, building from the ground up, and creating characters in your head before you put them on paper, right? So we took quite a long time to build our characters, to assemble an idea first and then work from there. Not just, well, I want to be a wizard, so I'll start with the wizard class, and then what works best with the wizard class. You know, not min-maxing, but actually doing things to help role play was very, very interesting. And I think that the past two boot camps that I've done, people have really gotten into it and have really started to understand that it's a game. It's absolutely a game, but it's another way for you to have a emotional and psychological outlet for things that you've never done before, or for things that you want to explore. And that's what I really feel that role-playing games are made for. So I will be out at BrawlCon in August 15th, 16th, and 17th. Catch me there. I'm very excited. I will be running Tiny Dungeon, Tiny Cthulhu, and then pretty much anything else that Shane asked me to run, because I genuinely love the man. He's a good guy, and he's doing a lot for the community by doing this convention. You lost Alcon. We don't have a very good tabletop convention like we used to have MagCon. MagCon's gone. Haven't had MagCon in years. Probably won't have it again. Putting together and running an actual tabletop gaming convention is not easy. It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of volunteers. So Shane is doing the Lord's work, in that he is providing for our community in a way that a lot of us want. Right? We want a safe place to go. We want a weekend getaway. We want to go and hang out with our friends for days on end in a safe environment, or maybe an unsafe environment. I don't know, maybe we're just gonna go out and play games, have a few drinks, and get silly. That being said, BrawlCon is going to be the place to be. I'll have links up on my Facebook page about it. Um, my events have not posted yet because I am still surviving this move. But within this week, I will have my events out to Shane, and then Shane's going to have them out so that people can get registered and play. So that's very important for y'all guys to sign up, register, pay for your registration, and then jump in your games. Right? We're giving months and months and months notice so that people can get in. I hope that everyone here gets the opportunity to go to a gaming convention like BrawlCon. It's going to be life-changing. It's going to be not just tabletop role-playing games. There's going to be board game tournaments. He's got a whole slew of wargaming tournaments. 40K, Kill Team. I think he said Blood Bowl. Just a lot of different things that are going to happen there that normally happen at the larger gaming conventions that aren't local, right? You think of PAX, think of Comic-Con, Origins, Gen Con, like these big huge gaming conventions that happen far away that we can't, you have to plan big time, money, travel, lodging, food. I mean, I could go up there with a bag of marshmallows, but that's not gonna last me a whole week or the weekend. This is gonna be right in our own backyard, right here in Sugarland. That's not that far away. I'm gonna get a room and relax at the hotel. I do plan on doing secret sessions, so something that Shane had talked about was doing, because this will be a 24/7 convention, late night, early morning sessions where people who want to play the entire time will have the opportunity to play the entire time. Granted, that could make a couple of players a little bit loopy for morning sessions, which we've done before, and it's been a blast. But I want that opportunity to have that experience again before, we may not have it ever again locally. Sometimes you have to go far out, like I said, Gen Con, Origins, X, to do those things. So we're very fortunate for Shane, very fortunate for the Brawl organization, putting this together, getting things set up and ready, and then giving us plenty of time to prepare ourselves, to prepare our wallets, and to tell our friends, right? That's what I'm here doing right now, is promoting it, just like I would with my sponsors, the Aegis Creative Company and Board and Brew. I want to promote this event so that I can see you there, so that you can go and play games with me, so that you can play in some of my games. I will not be going by my normal name. I always go by an alias when I run games at conventions, only because I don't like my sessions to be filled with the same people over and over again. So if it's a surprise and they just play something that they like, fantastic. Because I have had several people in the past sort of follow me around from convention to convention, hoping that I would run like an ongoing campaign. But I really just want to get people introduced to new games and have fun and try something different. So that will not be happening at this convention. But we are in our era of joy. We are about to hit our summer of fun, and I can tell you that I will be getting out more and more often, and I will be hosting events at different places, and even at the Big Bad Nerd Fam compound, holding some board game nights and campaign nights. I do plan on streaming some of my RPGs here pretty soon, since I've got more cameras and a better setup, more computers. I got extra computers now, thanks to my sponsors. So there's a lot of good things coming in the future. A lot of good things coming for the Big Bad Nerd family. I'm very grateful for my sponsors. I'm very grateful for the friends that I've met over the past few months and years. I'm excited to share all these things with you, and I'm excited to get painting and start over again, because this is it. This is our fresh start. This is our new life. I am so excited to be doing it alongside you. But that is going to be it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I will be back next Monday painting miniatures. I promise.